Okay, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, wherever you are. Greetings from East Spain. We are once again here for talking about another webinar regarding the EDIBON areas. At this opportunity, we'll talk about biomedical engineering and how our equipment can collaborate with the Sustainable Development Goal, which in this case is good health and well-being. All right, but we'll discuss this in more details along this presentation. All right. My name is Francisco Balde. I'm responsible for market development of Portuguese-speaking countries. Unfortunately, our time is always short. I used to say that a lot, but I'd like to be sharp, clear, and as simple as possible, or as I could, in order to transmit, in order to let you know I always intend to translate complex things into simple one. The basic idea here is transmit the idea. Okay, so I take some notes that we want to share with you. The idea use both the presentation you are seeing in the screen and along with my comments, so you join this together and get many information as you can from both sources. All right, good. I already set in our chat, but before saying anything else, please check it and find out our official email, which is edibon@edibon.com, as well as our landline, which is +34 for international code of Spain, 91-619-9363. This information is already available at the chat, and later I can show you where you can find this in our website, for example. Okay, so as I said, this webinar is related to our biomedical engineering area. Here is the agenda for today. We'll basically talk about 5 topics: EDIBON and its brief history, our business lines, SCADA technology, which is very, very important, SCADA expansions. We'll just take a quick look on this, and how EDIBON, the most important in my opinion, how EDIBON in this case, of course, how EDIBON and its area 14 called biomedical engineering can collaborate with your expectations and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 3, or SDG 3, which promotes good health and well-being. All right. Also, at the end of this presentation, we'll answer the main questions that can be asked through the chat, but I don't know if you have able time to ask, not to respond to them all. But anyway, I always like to give more attention, more personal attention, when people send me some inquiry through email or any other channel, then we can give a personal attention for specific cases. All right. We are also always trying to improve something by presenting you something new. So by close to the end of this presentation, I'm going to show you a specific presentation, a long one, but I'll take a quick look on this at our biomedical engineering area in general. Okay, but you understand a little bit more when we get there. All right, from page 3 to 7, we will talk about a brief history about EDIBON. All right, I'm not going to show you any slide of this, but it's very important. Just for information, from page 3 to 7, we'll give you a brief history about EDIBON and what this company is. EDIBON is a family business with 100% Spanish capital, located in Madrid, Spain. One very, very important thing is that this company designs and manufactures teaching and research equipment, in addition to other more specific goods and services. But basically, A very important thing to mention is that we design and manufacture our own units, all right? One of the main goals of this company is offering means or alternatives to strengthen and develop the appropriate technical training at all levels required by the industry these days. Our company, or EDIBON, was born over 40 years ago, not 400, sorry about that, 4 years ago, 4 decades ago, due to a huge gap at that time in technical education identified by the company's founder, Mr. Elias Bonilla. Unfortunately, and really unfortunately, this technical education gap between what is between the market and the institutions will always exist, as the industry simply reacts and adapts itself much faster than technical center. In other words, there will also exist a huge gap between what the market demands and what the technical centers are able to provide in terms of service or pedagogical service, or whatever you want to call that. We are fully in line with market demands. We offer what the industry needs and requires. This is very, very important to understand, okay? As the idea of the focus of EDIBON is deliver exactly what the market demands. We export to more than 150 countries, so we an international company. We are set, we have somehow delivered to over 150 countries. And in terms of SCADA computer controller units, we are a reference player in the world. EDIBON is 100 and autonomous independent company. This is another very strong aspect or perspective I'd like to focus on. As being autonomous and in an independent company, we can adapt ourselves according to the end customers' expectations. We design and manufacture our own units, expansions, software, integrated systems, etc. And we also, our technical solutions range from A to Z. Good. Both the installation of the equipment and the training of the staff at the end customer are carried out by EDIBON engineers or by trained engineers of our local partners or our local or our representatives or collaborators established in your market. So you never would be abandoned in this case, as we have many complain about, especially countries in Africa that get some equipment from specific marks, and they simply do not care about neither installing the equipment, give a proper training for them, and so on. We also offer 5-year factory warrants for our goods and 15-year after-sales service for any spare part replacement. Okay, this is just a little introduction, more than a little introduction about EDIBON. On page 8, we are going to talk about EDIBON business lines. There is much information in just a single page. Okay, this is the one. Many information on this. I try to get to be simple on this. We diversify our business into 9 lines, but today we'll only talk about some of them. The day-to-day for us is the main one. They are small or medium businesses for which money is always available regardless the source of funds. Projects. They are medium and large businesses for which money is also available too. Funds are usually offered by international organizations or organizations like the World Bank, European Union, UNESCO, UNIDO, African Development Bank, in addition to others. TKP projects, just like the projects. These ones are the same size business, but the difference here is that they are financed mostly by a Spanish source of funding. So usually refer to acquisitions of complete SCADA laboratories. In this kind of project, the customer does not spend a cent. Once the government is the one that pays the bill. Soft financial conditions for public technical institutions are highly interesting and favorable. So if you are a public institution or a public technical center, just we have this kind of option for you, which is a very interesting if you are categorizing this kind of public center. Okay, just get back to me for any more question. I'll be more than happy to give you any help you need regarding this topic, which is TKP project. A turnkey project, just for finish this, is a complete package of goods and services delivered by the seller, in this case EDIBON. So EDIBON is in charge or would be in charge of deliver a complete package of goods and solutions for the end customer. All right, ECL, which is our technical distance learning, EDIBON Cloud Learning, or the acronym is ECL, EDIBON Cloud Learning. Teaching or research units can be operated from distance, from anywhere, at any time, by only using a device connected to internet, for example. This is a very interesting option for a wide and massive technical education. I do recommend this for massive technical education. All right, so if your institution, if your technical center has several campuses that can, or in other words, if you have many students in these campuses, this is the one recommended for you. All right, ECL, the ECL Master Center can be connected to another 100 centers. This is the reason why. It's interesting for those who has or a lot of students in their campuses. Once the investment is pretty high, but the end costs, or actually the cost per student is very low when you have many students available or ready to be connected to this kind of technology. So the idea here, so this is why I mentioned massive tool for technical education. Acquisitions for up to €1 million can be handled by EDIBON, and above that, other sources of financing can be used, such as TKP, for instance. If you want to finance this by using TKP, you can do that. Pilot plants and custom-made units. We are very high specialized respecting the due criteria, of course. We also have enough expertise to develop any custom-made equipment in any technical area. Just send us your requirements, what we intend to study, what kind of process you want to simulate. Then once we understand your process, we can provide you a specific technical design for this one according to your requirements. All right, just some of our, you can see here at the top right of the page, at the bottom of the page, right side, just some of our prestige customers and partners in the world: Harvard University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Charles Darwin University in Australia, and among other ones. We also have many international certifications to meet any market requirement. All this information you can find in our website, which is www.edibon.com. All right, just go there, spend some time on this. You will find very interesting information in our website. On page 9, let's take a look on which engineering areas we work on. This is page 9. Our product range is around 4,000 different teaching and research units, being 1,000 of them with SCADA. All right, so 25% around this are computer-controlled units featuring SCADA. If you consider our expansions, the range goes to or up to more than 6,000 different units, because when you add any expansion, you have another different or specific unit available for being used. And these are available, all these units are available in these 14 areas as follows. The first one is physics, second electronics, then communications, electricity, energy, mechatronics, and compumechatronics. Compumechatronics are the number, or is the number 6. Then the number 7 is mechanics. Very related to biomedical engineering area. The biomedical engineering area, which is our number 14, use a lot of equipment mentioned or available in mechanics, in our mechanics area. Okay. Number 8 is fluid mechanics, then thermodynamics and thermotechnics. Number 10, process control. 11, chemical engineering, food and water technologies, which we already have a webinar about this, as well as for number 13, environment. We also had one for energy, the number 5, and then now we will have the biomedical engineering, which I will explain a bit more later. Okay, the latest technical area launched by EDIBON. EDIBON SCADA technology. This could be a bit confused, but we'll talk about this from page 10 to 16 and try to make this as simple as possible. Let's try this one then. Do not worry about details, as you can have this. If you take a look at the presentation, you can see we can have many details on it. Do not worry if you are not getting this. The idea here is just giving you an overview about the technology. Then you go to details on the presentation, understand this a bit more, and get back to us with more questions. All right. So let's go through this. EDIBON SCADA technology. All EDIBON units are specially designed for theoretical and practical studies. All units designed, manufactured, and quality controlled in-house simulate industrial processes on a laboratory scale. That's what our equipment provides. They simulate industrial processes on a laboratory scale. They allow students to learn the main or complete processes, as well as the variables that take part of them. Many of these are computer-controlled units and feature SCADA system. Please, I kindly ask you to give attention to these 4 words. SCADA, computer-controlled units. This is a total, it has a total different concept compared to a manual unit that usually the market know. Okay, To understand the real potential of a computer-controlled SCADA unit, we should know a little more about SCADA technology. SCADA means supervision. Before this, SCADA is an industrial concept that EDIBON brought to our equipment a few decades ago. The concept is an industrial one, and it means supervision, control, and data acquisition of industrial processes. SCADA is not something that EDIBON invented. We just brought this concept to this industrial concept to our equipment, okay? Every automated factory uses SCADA and PLC as its industrial processes. This is the reason why this equipment feature SCADA, because we want to offer something that the market already requires and will require more and more. More than 30 years ago, as I said, EDIBON brought the application of this concept to its goods using a SCADA net, which is a local net. Computer controlling units can be shared with up to 30 students simultaneously. Another reason why having or acquiring computer controlled SCADA units. Once you have this kind of expansion, which is a local net, we call this ESN or SCADA net, you can interconnect all SCADA equipments you have in your laboratory. All right? The SCADA unit is a set of elements. I consider a SCADA equipment a set of elements that interchange inputs and outputs of signals. They are the unit itself. You have these details on the presentation. Do not worry about this. Just try to understand the more you can about what I'm saying. I try to use simple words for that, just in order to make this simple for you, okay? So the 5 elements are, the first one is the unit itself, the equipment you can see. The second one, sensors and actuators that are set on the unit itself. The control interface box. The number 4 is the 42 SCADA software package. And the number 5, data acquisition board. This is the 5 elements I consider the most important, or the set of elements available in an SCADA unit. Sensor and actuator, just a little explanation about this. Sensor and actuators, according to the inputs sent by the user, the unit transmits back signals. Transmits back signals. I mean, it interchanges signals that will be interpreted, translated, and processed by the control interface. The control interface converts signals sent by the sensor and actuators into precise information, free of interference, in real time to the SCADA software. The control interface makes the real interchange between the equipment and the computer, okay? The number 3 is the data acquisition board, which is located in the CPU and is one of the fastest on the market. It manages and records 200 kilosamples per second. In other words, this means 250,000 information exchanged per second. A lot of information available per second and recorded per second. So you can have access to this information later, whenever you want. SCADA software. This is the one that's, along with the interface box, impresses me at most. SCADA software. Through the computer, it makes the real interaction among equipment, professor, and student. It graphically provides all the information processed by the control interface, always precise and in real time. The package is composed by 42 softwares distributed into 4 groups as follows: supervisory, control, data acquisition, and data management. Let's start again of this in order to not get confused. The four groups are supervisory, control, data acquisition, and data management. These four groups, okay? Just for information, all of them can be supplied in any language. And also, these softwares are designed and manufactured in-house for, by ourselves. And also, an SCADA unit has open control, which is the ability to adjust and change parameters or conditions involved in the experiment. This is very important for researchers, for example, and this can be done at any time during the entire process simulation. Multi-control means that the user has control over multiple parameters available and can view the information from the sensors simultaneously, so you can handle many parameters at the same time. The system also operates with real-time control. In other words, the computer receives information from the unit extremely quickly, which results in instantaneous response. All this information, as I said, is very quick interchanged as the data acquisition board transmits and records 200 kilo samples per second, which in other words means 250,000 different information interchanged per second. Good, okay. This is a bit complicated, as from pages 17 to 27, we will talk about EDIBON'S SCADA expansions. I humbly call them accessories. So it's another way to see the same thing. It's something you add to the main unit for strengthen or increase the potential of the main unit, okay? So I call them accessories, and they are divided into four groups. Let's take a quick look on this. The more the use of EDIBON expansions with SCADA units, the closer to the real industry will be the experiments of the process simulations. This is very, very important. The closer, the more you use this kind of expansions, the closer you will be to the real industry. Expansions or these accessories improve and boost the purpose of the equipment, which is simulating industrial processes. Okay? This is the reason why I always like to record this video by using different words from the presentation, so you can have both source of information, and if you don't understand from one side, you try the other source you have, and even if you don't get it, just get back to us, we can clarify that for you. We are always having this kind of webinar explained by different people, so you can have the same information from different perspectives, all right? Our 12 SCADA expansions are divided into the four groups I said before, which are industrial, pedagogical, multi-post, and advanced research. Just few words for each one. Industrial expansions simulate real industrial processes. They are directly related to the 4.0 industry and the industrial Internet of Things. Pedagogical expansions, didactic software for class management and theoretical technical training, according to the process to be studied, of course. It's a tool that helps both the teacher and the students to have more, not control, but understanding according to the process they are studying. It's a very, very interesting tool or expansion to be acquired and being used along with your main unit. Just take a look on this. In our website, we call it ECAI. ICAI, sorry about that, or ECAI. Just take a look at this word, which is on the presentation, and get some more information about this. Good. Let me see. Let's go. We already talked about industrial expansions, pedagogical expansions. Let's go to multi-post ones. Using these expansions, all units and accessories, including other SCADA expansions, can be shared with several students at the same time. This is the local one. One of them is the local net I told you before, our ESN or SCADA net, a system that allows interconnecting all the SCADA units you have available in the laboratory. Okay. Advanced research expansions are directly related to researchers. So if you are a researcher, research and are listening to this, just pay attention on this kind of expansions. Allow SCADA software to be open for full control of the algorithms available, or the algorithms available. I always have a difficulty to pronounce this word, algorithms. Okay, understood. Advanced research expansions allow SCADA software to be open for full control of the algorithms available. This means a maximum performance of the technical potential of the equipment. Okay, if you are a researcher, please take a look on this. Okay, good. We talked about EDIBON as a company, SCADA technology, SCADA expansions. Now we are going to introduce you some information about the webinar itself and how EDIBON can collaborate with you by the equipment available in our biomedical engineering area. Okay, let's just go to the page 28 and take a look in that. While I say something, we can work along with this presentation. Okay, this is the page 28, and here you have the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or simply UN SDGs. Okay, the acronym for Sustainable Development Goal. There is no better way to explain the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or the SDGs, as I said, as a collection of interlinked global goals, 17 in total to be more precise, designed to be a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. The SDGs were firstly set in 2015 by the United Nations General Assembly and are intended to be achieved by the year 2030. So we have a bit less than 90 years to work on this. So let's take a look. If you are interested, if your technical center, if you are somehow connected to these SDGs, please take a look. If you have funds available, delivery granted, if you are somehow have some benefit or are being granted for funds related to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and intend to use or acquire advanced and modern technology, please get back to us, evaluate our technical solution, then decide by yourself which is better for you. But at least get some information from us, evaluate, understand what you have in hands in order to take a better decision. Okay. This webinar I am performing in these moments is the fourth of 6 webinars that EDIBON will be performing along the year related to UN or United Nations SDGs, but focusing on how our teaching and research equipment may perfectly fit most market technical demands. A few weeks back, or no more than 2 months ago, I guess, we spoke about another webinars. We performed another webinars, as I said in the beginning, one of energy, the second one was food and water technologies, and the last one 3-4 weeks ago was regarding to environment. Just for information, and to finish this, 8 of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals are technical, and of these 8, we will perform 6 webinars related to these SDGs, and especially how our equipments can help you if you are somehow associated or related to these Sustainable Development Goals. Good. All right, and what is it? What is the United Nations SDG 3 before we go to EDIBON units related to this? Which this SDG number 3 is, it promotes good health and well-being. This goal intends to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. This is what the goal intends to. All right, as I said before, by the year 2030, all these SDGs must be implemented. And how can exactly EDIBON collaborate with UNESCO, UNIDO, or your institution in this case? Well, there is a need for skilled people. The market demands skilled people. According to UNESCO and UNIDO, demands for technical and vocational education and training, or we simply know that as TVET, which is Technical and Vocational Educational and Training. That's it. But the acronym is TVET, are immediate. So these demands are immediate. And EDIBON is the best solution for sustainable development. Industrialization in developing countries is a key point in every case. It always requires a high level of teaching training, I mean technical training, but teaching training as well, because both students and key people, or I mean teacher in this case, must be prepared or get trained according to the high standard levels of education. And due to our large experience and expertise, EDIBON is very able to provide that. The higher is the technical training, the more is the using of SCADA expansions with PLC. So this is the reason why researchers are very welcome to know the expansions or the accessories related to advanced research we spoke before. Industry requires equipment combined with philosophy. We offer several solutions: new technology, SCADA softwares, integrated systems, SCADA expansions, etc. In addition, for the quick and constant scientific and technological advances, the market will certainly demand a high standard level of professional. People, this is very, very important. More and more, the market demands a high standard level of, sorry about this, let me just close this, sorry about that. A very high standard level of professionals, okay? As well as, when I say professionals, I mean the engineers that are that are going to the market, as well as the key people which will train or which will educate this at the tertiary degree. That's when EDIBON plays its role by providing advanced and modern means for a proper technical training, as we are stronger from the top to the bottom. This means we have this advanced and modern technology are more available for engineering areas than for TVET. Actually, but it doesn't mean our equipment doesn't serve for TVET. On the contrary, this just means we have more equipment available for engineering areas. All right, good then. Okay, that's it. Let's take a look on this, what we have more available. This presentation, I anticipate you are going to receive this along with this video recorded, so you can have both source of information to take a look on this later. Okay, this information, all the biomedical engineering areas, I'm going to show you this directly in our website, okay, which is the area number 14 in our website. There are many people, and I thank you for that. Many people, many people have joined this webinar, maybe because the subject, which is biomedical engineering area, for some reason, many people have connected to this one, which I do appreciate that, and I hope to see more and more in the next one that are coming. But before I'm moving ahead, I'm going to give you just a little introduction about the biomedical engineering field, as there are many people here attending this webinar that has absolutely no idea about what we are talking about. Maybe for some reason they belong to another areas, they are not experts in this area, so I'm just going to give you few lines of introduction on this, not long, I promise. Biomedical engineering studies the implementation of engineering knowledge in the field of biology and medicine. The combination of instrumentation and electronic control system, the application of mathematical algorithms, and physical and chemical principles allow biomedical engineering investigating and developing new techniques and devices for the resolution of clinical problems. This discipline covers from the design of diagnostic elements and medical software tools to physiological analysis for the studying of the heart and the nervous system. Just a little introduction about the biomedical engineering field. Okay, I'd like now to go through our website and show our. Let me share this with you, which our website. I'd like to show you this. I'm assuming you are seeing this, our website in your screen. So I just would like to show you our area 14. This is all the 14 areas available we have. If you take a look at okay, let's change this to English. Sorry about that. We also have many languages available here, as you can see. So just if you prefer, choose another language here, just set this and go ahead. Okay, on products, we take a look at our 14 areas available. In biomedical engineering, we have these 3 areas available: biomechanics, biomedical electronics, and biomedical equipment. The first and second one, you can also, it subdivides themselves in many other arms. I don't know how to explain that. I guess it's subdivided again. It's better to understand. It's more visual. When you see this, you understand exactly what I mean. And then biomedical electronics, which is also divided. And the last one is our biomedical equipment, okay? Which when you choose this, it takes you directly to all biomedical equipment we have available, all right, directly in our biomedical engineering area, okay? So if you are an expert of this area, just take a look on this at our biomedical equipment units, and also in the other subdivisions we have here. Many of them. We will not get into much details on this. Once the idea is basically show you not the equipment. The idea is show you what we have available. We would not get into much details on this. But let's take this one, for example. I'd like to show you the catalog of the equipment. If you go to the equipment itself, this is a biosignal simulator here. It has an introduction about the equipment. If you go to catalog, I'm assuming you are seeing this. Before going to the catalog, you can see at the right side the tender specifications. If you are a teacher and intend to purchase the equipment, I will not go into this because this is a Word file, but you can have the requirements already set for publishing a tender, for example. You do not need to do anything. Just take these tender requirements and you have for this, if you are interested in having this equipment, this biosignal simulator equipment, okay? But in the moment, I'm more interested in the catalog. Here you can find, let me make this a bit larger. Here you can have, this is obviously is a SCADA computer controlled unit. It says here, this means this equipment can be operated from a computer. You can have several information about the unit, introduction about the equipment, general, what is it, what does this refer for. Then you have a general description about the equipment, what exactly this does for you. And many, maybe all equipment have a process diagram available. For each unit is different from another one. So each unit has a specific catalog regarding process diagram to show you or to give you some more details about that, okay? Another very important topic here is the complete technical, sorry about that, the complete technical specifications of the equipment and what you can and what kind of exercise or practice you can perform by using this unit here. This is one very important. Exercises and practical possibilities to be done with the main items. So taking a look on this, I'm pretty sure there are more available than these ones, but you can understand what from the exercise and practical possibilities perspective, what does the what the equipment can provide you, okay? Allow you performing or studying. Okay, some more other information about the units. This is the software SCADA. This is what really impressed me. This is what we see in your computer screen, exactly this one. And through this software, you can operate the unit by changing parameters or adjust or changing anything you want related to the process. All right, very good. So just take any biomedical engineering unit in the website and take it very carefully on this to understand each one and what the unit can provide. Okay, it's very detailed and complete information. So I will not get into much details on this. Okay, this is a SCADA net I told you before, where you can connect this to a local net, and that's it. That's it. From this point, I just intended to show you a complete catalog of any unit available. This is the same format for the other ones, but here, let's close this, or let's open this another one. Let's go back a little bit. I'm assuming you are seeing all of this. Just go to any of this biomedical equipment. At the presentation you're going to send, there are just some. We have 3 sub areas: biomechanics, biomechanical electronics, biomedical electronics, sorry, and biomedical equipments. You get on the presentation only 6 because it's complete. But before saying anything else, I would like to share another documentation, another presentation with you. Let's close. Let's go to this. Let me see. Let's close this one, and let's open another one. This one, if you want, you should have in your screen now a complete health training center of excellence. This is a huge and long presentation, but I'm just going to show you. I'm not stopping at any slide. This is the same information we had in this one that you're going to receive along with the video. But the idea in this health presentation was to show you all equipment related to, no, don't worry about this, because I'm going to stop when I get the proper slide, all right, which is related to mechanical area. When I told you that mechanics is directly related to biomedical engineering area. So this is the one, biomedical engineering process. There, here, gentlemen, you can find a lots of equipment related somehow to the biomedical field. Okay, I see this presentation very useful if you are somehow connected to the biomedical area. This actually is very useful. This presentation is very detailed. It shows you the sub areas related to the biomedical one, and how and what are the equipments associated or related to the biomedical engineering area. Okay, there is no enough time to go into each one. The idea here is just show you that we have something available to send you. If you are interested in, just let me know through edibon@edibon.com, and I will be more than happy to provide you this information as well. Okay, so as I said, many equipment available. You can spend a lot of time on this, many hours understanding this, but the idea in the time we have available is just show that we have this ready to be sent. Okay, so by receiving this information, you can have access to more and more hospital maintenance. For example, we have a sub area for this, and it's very interesting for those who are related to this kind of field. Okay, many information, or much, sorry about that, much information available, many equipment, but much information available on this. Okay, this is good. So if you are interested in receiving this, just email me at edibon@edibon.com, which is our official email address. Then I can provide you this in full detail for your knowledge. All right, so many of this. Let's just go until close to the end of this. just in order to show you what we have available, which is much information. You can spend many hours on this by getting proper information, especially if you are related to the biomedical engineering area. So we could discuss this for hours, but unfortunately there is no enough time for that. Okay, let me close this and take a look at our chat, what kind of information or question we have available there. As always, there are many people thanking us for the good presentation. We always try to do our best in order to providing some very good information, especially useful information for you. All right. Okay. Good. Let's see on that. Many people, many our representatives have joined us and are asking for some information. No worries, as I'm going to send you some specific information when you get. They have directly contact with us. They have our not personal email, but our not our general email, but our internal email, so they can get direct contact with us somehow. Many people interested in receiving more information about this. Okay, so what I strongly suggest you to do, if you are somehow interested by getting this information, the proper presentation, the first presentation I sent you, not the biomedical one, this last one, but the general presentation of the webinar, let me turn on my camera here. Both the presentation, the initial presentation of the webinar, as well as this video will be sent to you, and along with the thankful letter for participation. I hope that this webinar has somehow helped you understand a little bit more. The idea is basic. The main idea is showing you, making available information for you in order to understand that we have something in this specific area for providing you. So if you are somehow connected to the biomedical engineering area, if you are somehow connected to this in any level, and if you are interested in getting information, inquire, quotation, technical design, and we have a project for biomedical engineering ready, technical design already made for a biomedical engineering laboratory. So if you are interested to having this, just let me know. It's ready to be sent for you, and then you can implement this in your college, in your university, and have the latest technology, a modern and advanced technology available in your laboratory. Okay, I do hope this presentation was helpful somehow. Just get back to me directly for some more specific inquiries or requests. I didn't see any specific one here, more related to thankful or thankful for the presentation itself, and that's it. No specific question related to biomedical engineering, but no worries. Sometimes we get days after the presentation, we get many questions through either the website or the direct contact, which is edibon@edibon.com. I forgot to mention that. At the bottom of our web page, you can also see our social media, links to our social media. EDIBON has a very, I get impressed by the posts we have available in our Facebook. Connected to Facebook. Sooner we are going to make some, we are performing, actually we are we are improving our WhatsApp channel. The idea is make more information go through people of interest in these matters by using WhatsApp as a quick communication channel and fast one. The idea is reply this as faster as I can by sending short videos, short information, just in order to you to have a quick look on this and share with the people you are related to. All right. From my side, that's all, folks. I really do appreciate your participation again. Thanks again. I can't say, I really need to say that many times as I would like to. Thanks again for joining this webinar. Our next one will be announced and we will be performing that within 3 or 4 weeks. I need really to take a look on that, but by connecting yourselves to our social media, you get these details before the others, before we send the invitation. So this is good somehow. Be connected to EDIBON. So all this information can come to you, can go to you very quickly, fast, in a very brief way, okay? Greets again from Spain. Do appreciate you spending your time here. Have a very good day and get back to me for any other specific questions. As I said before, I will be more than happy to answer anything for you, okay? Get in contact, and the idea is join efforts and help each other by providing the best solution, advanced and modern technology for you, okay? Really appreciate that. Thank you very much and see you next time. Thank you again.